The sea is calm. The weather is fair. The war is 3,000 miles away. You are standing on the bridge of a steel giant. 542 feet of riveted iron beneath your boots. 309 men under your command. 11,000 tons of manganese ore in your holds. You send a forward message to the world. Weather fair. All well. And then you vanish. No distress call. No debris. No oil slick. No wreckage. No floating bodies. Nothing. The Atlantic, which always gives something back, gives back nothing. For more than a century, the United States Navy has been staring into that silence, the largest loss of life in naval history that was not caused by combat, and we still do not know what happened. On March 10th, 1918, a violent storm swept across the Virginia Capes and into the North Atlantic. The wind screamed at 40 knots. The sea did not build gradually. It came alive. For a healthy ship, this is a challenge. For the USS Cyclops, it is a death sentence. And here is the detail that investigators have documented and that has haunted the case ever since. The Cyclops was crawling on a single engine. Her starboard cylinder had cracked days earlier, south of the equator. She was limping north at 10 knots, half her designated speed. She could not outrun the storm. She could not steer out of the path of the largest waves. She was a crippled animal waiting for the blow. Think about what that means for a ship this size. 542 feet of steel, no maneuverability, no speed, no escape. But the engine is only the first thing that kills her. The second is the cargo. Manganese ore. 11,000 tons of it. Extremely dense. It does not fill the hold like coal. It sits low, leaving vast empty space above it. As the Cyclops rolls in the dark, the wet ore turns into a heavy, liquid slurry. It sloshes to one side. The ship lists. She tries to right herself, but the slurry stays on the low side, pinning her down. And the third thing, this detail matters. The Proteus-class colliers had a hidden rot. The coal they carried on previous voyages, coal that was acidic, that seeped into the steel, had slowly eaten through the longitudinal I-beams running the length of the hull, for months, for years, unseen, unchecked. Now imagine that weakened steel in a 40-knot storm. A wave lifts the bow, another wave lifts the stern. The massive, overloaded midsection, corroded, brittle, hangs unsupported in the trough between them. The steel groans, the pipes snap, and then the hull buckles. It breaks in two. She sinks so fast that the wireless operator does not even have time to reach for the key. 309 men are plunged into the freezing dark in seconds, dragged down by 11,000 tons of stone and steel. No warning, no mayday, no final words. Think about that number. 309. The single largest loss of life in U.S. naval history that was not inflicted by an enemy, and no one heard them die. So how did 309 men end up on a doomed ship in the middle of the Atlantic with a broken engine, a lethal cargo, and a hull that was rotting from the inside out? We have to go back to January 1918 to Norfolk, Virginia. The USS Cyclops is a Proteus-class collier, a coal carrier built to feed the insatiable engines of the U.S. Navy's coal-burning fleet. She is not built for beauty. She is built for bulk. A web of towering steel arms and derrick masts stretches along her main deck, designed to move thousands of tons of fuel. She is under the command of Lieutenant Commander George W. Worley. Worley was born in Germany under a different name, Johann Friedrich Wichmann. He jumped ship in San Francisco in 1878, changed his name, and worked his way up through sheer force of will to a U.S. naval commission. His crew hated him. He stalked the decks in long underwear and a derby hat, screamed at officers for minor infractions, once chased an ensign through the ship with a pistol. He was also, and this detail would not matter until much later, openly suspected of pro-German sympathies. At a time when America was at a war with Germany, on a ship carrying material for artillery that could kill American soldiers. Let that sink in. On January 9th, the Cyclops steams out of Norfolk, bound for Brazil. Her mission: deliver 10,000 tons of coal to British warships in the South Atlantic. She arrives in Rio de Janeiro on January 28th, unloads the coal, and then the crew fills the cargo holds with something far heavier and far more volatile: manganese ore, an essential ingredient for making steel and heavy artillery. 10,800 tons of it. The ship is laden to its absolute limit, sitting so deep in the watermark that her PIMSOL mark, the legal safety limit, is buried beneath the surface, and then the engine fails. A cylinder cracks. The Cyclops is reduced to a single propeller shaft. A naval survey board in Brazil recommends she return home for immediate repairs. Worley ignores them. He pushes north, a crippled ship, a cargo she had never hauled before, a captain his crew does not trust. On March 3rd, he makes an unscheduled stop in Barbados. The ship is riding dangerously low. He takes on more coal, more fresh water, more food, weighing the vessel down even further. The local U.S. consul, Charles Livingston, watches from the dock. Something is wrong. Worley is unusually secretive, hostile. There are rumors of disturbances on board, sailors confined, one man reportedly executed. Livingston would later wire Washington with a warning that is still chilling to read. He feared a fate worse than sinking. He believed the German-born captain might hand the ship and its strategic cargo over to the enemy. On March 4th, the Cyclops casts off her lines and steams out of Barbados. She sets her course for Baltimore. She slips past the horizon, and no one alive will ever see her again. But we have no proof. No proof that the storm killed her. No proof that the oar shifted. No proof that the hull buckled. All of that, the engineering, the physics, the fatal chain of events, is reconstruction, informed, compelling, but unconfirmed, because the wreck has never been found. After the war, the U.S. Navy searched German naval records. They expected to find the Cyclops listed as a submarine casualty, or a captured prize, or a trophy kill for a U-boat commander. They found nothing. The German authorities have no idea she even existed. Think about that. The ship that vanished with 309 souls was not sunk by the enemy. She was not captured, was not even known to them. Whatever happened to the Cyclops, Germany had nothing to do with it. Then came the hoaxes. A telegram from a man claiming to be the Cyclops' commander, a fake distress signal, false sightings off the coast of Virginia that were later recanted, a molasses tanker that supposedly spotted her, then denied it. And then, the silence hardened into legend. The Bermuda Triangle. Alien abduction. A dimension door in the Atlantic. The theories got stranger with every decade, and not one of them brought a single family an answer. But the silence between the last message and the empty sea is the real mystery. Weather fair. All well. Then nothing. No wreckage. No bodies. No closure. The Atlantic did not leave a clean desk. It took the desk, the chair, the room, the entire building, and then it closed over as if the building had never existed. The ghosts do not sleep. We know more about the surface of Mars than we know about the floor of the ocean where the Cyclops went down. Somewhere in the Atlantic, 309 men are still on duty. They never sent a distress call. They never fired a flare, and we have never found them. That may be the hardest thing to accept. The sea gives answers slowly, and every answer creates another question. Turn off the lights. The path ahead is dark, and the woods are deep. Do not walk them alone. Subscribe to stay in the light, or click the video on your screen to wander deeper into the shaded divide. We will be waiting.